Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, my FIL had a meltdown because I proved he doesn't know his son. My father won't come to my wedding. Entitled Mom wants my annual pass discount. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My FIL had a meltdown because I proved he doesn't know his son. So me, 34M, and my husband, 30M, do our damnedest to not spend an abundance of time with my FIL. He's a cowardly narcissist who says hot dog unironically. Ever since I came into the picture almost 7 years ago, we have simply not meshed. A great deal of that is due to the fact that I've spent those years instilling confidence and boundary setting in husband. FIL does not like being told no. We literally got kicked out of a restaurant one time because he couldn't accept that they wouldn't give him a discount. So needless to say, our interactions are nothing more than the exchanging of fake pleasantries. So last week we're over there for our quarterly visit. The way these evenings typically go is that my husband occupies my FIL while my MIL tests out her new English vocabulary on me. This time, my husband is doing the bulk of the talking to both of them because he's excited about the new organization he's working with. FIL keeps trying to change the subject because it's been 2 seconds since the subject of the conversation was about him. My husband and my MIL both snap. I'm not entirely sure what they said as my Spanish is still terrible, but it amounted to them telling FIL to STFU and listen. FIL gets obstinate and essentially tells my husband that no matter what the organization is, it'll never compare to the work he did in his youth. FIL literally just hiked through Central America with a white savior complex until things got violent and he came back home. My husband understandably storms out with my MIL hot on his tail. Awkwardness ensues because I'm chuckling at FIL. FIL, he never spoke to me like that until you came along. Me, I know. I'm so proud. FIL, you've changed him. Me, no. This is who he's always been. You just never noticed it before. FIL, I know my son. Me, what's his favorite color? FIL, what? Me, what's his favorite color? It's the same one he had as a kid. Phil. Me, name 2 of his interests. FIL, they don't make any sense. Me, name M. Phil. Me, here's an easy one. What's the name of the organization he's working with? Phil. This wannabe Bob Ross, granola-eating mofo, couldn't answer. My husband said the name of the organization like 5 times that night. Me, you wanna know the sad part? My parents can answer each and every one of those questions. And they've known your son a fraction of the time you have. Cue the screeching in Spanish. Being yelled at in a foreign language by a non-native speaker is a surreal experience. Obviously, my husband comes in and yells back and it blows up even more. But the part that stands out is the fact that FIL still refused to admit that he just hadn't taken a genuine interest in my husband in years. Like bruh, you don't even know your kid's favorite color. Hello? Now my husband is contemplating going no contact and I can't blame him. The truth hurts in every language. But some give it more pizzazz. Says hot dog unironically. Please elaborate further. I hope this means only meeting up with MIL in the future. My father won't come to my wedding. So I've made a few posts within the past few years regarding my insane relatives. Long story short, for those that don't want to read my old posts, father's wife is a terrible person who I have absolutely no desire to be near. Well, I'm getting married very soon. I have tried to extend an olive branch towards my father out of an obligation to myself. The only condition is that his wife does not attend. With his invite, I sent him a letter explaining as much, but still kept it very polite and positive. He never sent his RSVP back, so I reached out to him. He stated that he will not come unless he is allowed to bring his wife. He stated that he is tired of putting his feelings aside for others. Yeah, because my wedding is totally about your fee-fees. This is the kind of shit that reminds me why we have a trained/non-existent relationship to begin with. His wife will always and forever be his priority, to hell with his kids who were traumatized and have PTSD from her treatment of them during child. Stick to your guns, do not let her come. If dad won't come because of it, that is on him. Oh, absolutely. Last thing I want at my wedding is some strung-out crazy meth head. My response would have been, thanks for being the shit of a father you have always been. Makes the NC decision so much easier. Congratulations OP, have a great wedding day knowing that you do not have to put up with anyone's feelings but your own feeling of joy. Sorry you're that is such a little man who puts himself first. Make sure to have some kind of security in case they show up. Hopefully, you have pictures, or even better if security knows them. Also, just in case, make sure your vendors have a password, so she does not try to screw up your wedding, since she is not invited. You need to be safe from crazy people. Entitled Mom wants my annual pass discount. I haven't been to this sub in so long, but this happened to me this week and I have to share it somewhere. So I have an annual pass for Efteling, one of the most famous theme parks in Europe. I pay €200 plus a year for my annual pass. This pass comes with benefits, such as a 5% discount on souvenirs and food. I happen to be in a souvenir shop where I bought some pins because I collect them. In front of me is a woman with a stroller full of goods, no kid though, like kids' PJs, blankets, plushies, all sorts of merch/souvenirs. She just finished paying, and she sees me holding my pass. She suddenly looks very happy, and says to me, "Oh, you have an annual pass." I was looking for an annual pass holder to befriend so I could get a discount. Her actual words. The cashier just looks at me with a hell no face. She turns to the cashier and says, "Can I return all this and buy it again, with her discount?" To which he obviously says no. She leaves the shop, somewhat annoyed, and I go and pay for my pins. I chatted with the cashier for a bit, and he sighed and said, the audacity of some people. Even if I had met her before and she asked for a discount, I would have definitely said no. I pay for my annual pass with my own money. If she wants a discount, she should get her own pass. The only people who can benefit from my discount are my friends, family, and me. Not some random lady who buys a shit ton of souvenirs and feels entitled to other people's discounts. Later on, I walked out of the shop and heard her talking to her friend/sister about how she could have gotten a 10% discount if people were nice to her. Lady, it's only 5%, and I'd be surprised if she actually found somebody to give her the discount with that attitude. What's y'all take on this? It's shop policy, of course, but what would you do if someone asked for a discount like that? If she can afford a crap ton of overpriced souvenirs, she can afford her own pass. I'd let her do the return, then walk out of the store before she purchased them again so she'd have to waste her time redoing the purchase. That would have been genius, but I'd feel bad for the cashier. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.